Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Stephen Keller,
I'm Dustin Hamrick.
and we're Two Dudes MTG.
Yes, sir.
And I'm in a sport coat. What's up? So, it's been announcement week last week.
And there's been some...
Holy crap.
There's been some bombshells dropped.
There's been some crazy stuff. But before we get to all that, let's talk about the Hour of Devastation spoilers and how okay they are.
Whatever.
They're fine. They're meh.
Whatever.
I'm cool. We got Crucible Worlds on a 2/2 on a dude.
Yeah.
Not that great, not that bad.
It dies.
It dies, but in modern, it's a thing.
I think in standard, maybe there's something to be said for this type of thing.
If you're discarding cards off of like maybe some black or some red strategies, if you're discarding cards, it makes it a whole lot easier to discard your lands and then cast that dude with the land out of the graveyard. It like lands generally are the fodder that get discarded.
Yeah.
So to be able to access them later when needed, because everybody sitting there who's discarding cards goes, man, if I just had one more land and
Let
there's
me
one
ask you
sitting
this:
in your graveyard.
does this open up some space for maybe like a red deck, or a Gruul or a Naya build, for instance, to say we're gonna start off with these little guys and play really, really aggressively, and then we're gonna either do something like the Fling Cat was the
Manicore,
something the Manicore
Fling
that
Kitty,
has Fling on it.
just
But it has an embalm ability. So not only can it be a good card for you to bring out of the graveyard, it's also a good thing to say like, if at the end of me playing all these little guys, I want to get something back out of the graveyard, and I can just go get the lands that I've been discarding this whole time,
right?
And cycling through the deck.
There's also cards like Vessel of whatever the hell it was, Narcendancy.
Nescency?
Yeah, Nescent. Yeah,
but that's going to rotate out. I mean, you'll have a couple months to play with it,
but there's going to be plenty of strategies like that. There's always the mill yourself dredge strategies that you're just throwing stuff off the top of your graveyard. So to be able to use the lands that you've milled off yourself later on in the game would help out. However, maybe Modern Dredge, Jund Dredge, those decks might get a little bit of benefit off of that card.
Speaking of Dredge, we also got a little bit of graveyard hate.
So, I really believe that the Ramunet Excavator is going to do a lot more in Modern than it ever will in Standard. However, when a card is printed like this, it makes me feel like they're looking more towards what they're going to do later on. Because we haven't seen anything graveyardy in a minute, especially dealing with lands. We've seen plenty of graveyard stuff.
Exactly.
With Embalm, and we've got this new Eternalize ability coming out. But when I see a card like this in Standard, what's the best land to have in your graveyard if you have a Crucible Worlds or a card like this out?
Evolving Wilds.
I was thinking like a fetch land.
Yeah, Evolving Wilds. You said in Standard.
Well, okay. Well, what I'm getting at is when you see a card like this pop up in a Standard rotation, it sets up the possibility that later on down the line, maybe a set or two later, you might see the fetch lands again.
Oh man, that would be.
We might, and they would be.
I see what you mean.
The only reason they would do that is they're looking at the value and the price of the game and going, man, to play all the modern decks, you need these fetch lands.
Yeah.
All the modern decks run fetch lands. So for them,
I think
if they're going to cut off Legacy like everybody's been talking about, and stop doing
Legacy has pretty much been cut off.
Yeah, Legacy's close to dead in the first place, which does suck. We're losing a format, which does bring hope to me that Frontier will become a format. However,
I think Frontier for the most part's dead. I mean, they're still
it's floundering, and it's probably never gonna take off. But to see this, You know, here's the thought of fetch lands in Standard.
So, going back to what we were talking about with this guy, the Ramunap Excavator.
Like, I see him doing more in Modern, but he does bring hope for fetch lands, or maybe even some other lands that do something in the graveyard.
And we did see some from some previews for Ixalan that got leaked, and there is one card in that preview of Ixalan called Ashes of the Abhorrent.
Oh, if you guys don't know that some Ixalan cards have been spoiled, and we're going to get to that in a minute.
We'll get to that.
Some Ixalan cards got spoiled. This is just one of them, but we'll get to more on that in a second. What were you saying?
The Ashes of the Abhorrent is 1 and a white for an enchantment where players can't cast spells from their graveyards or activate abilities from cards in their graveyard, and whenever a creature dies, you gain 1 life.
So that card literally kills Dredge.
It literally
kills Dredge. You like not
is there is I don't think there's really much of a way for them to put
it fully replaces what's the damn card that says
Grafdigger's Cage?
Well, yeah, it could probably, it might be
Laid to Rest.
Laid to Rest.
Laid to Rest. Well, Laid to Rest is like 4 mana, I think.
Yeah, but it's still it fully replaces that.
Yeah.
Fully replaces that.
Absolutely.
It's just not even a thing anymore.
Yeah.
And there's going to be so many decks that's actually affected by. But anyway,
I know these cards that fuck Dredge because I like Dredge a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got Crucible on a stick coming, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we do like that.
Another cool spoiler that happened that looks more like a leak and not a spoiler is it's the thing with the afflictability. So what I see with Wildfire Eternal, the afflictability looks really cool. A lot of people have said a lot of not good things about this card.
Yeah, I mean they're calling it a little overcosted for its ability, and the fact that it has to get through with damage for the ability to really go off. And all
it
that
doesn't
stuff.
get through with damage. It's whenever it becomes blocked.
Right, but it has to have that situation where it gets
blocked. And with a 1-power creature, it's kind of like, I'll take 1 over 4.
Yeah, or you to play a free spell.
But there's always the. I think of ways in black that say, creatures your opponents control block the way you choose or block this turn if able, stuff like that. But another thing that I was thinking, and this just kind of popped into my head when I first saw the card.
Thassa does that in blue also.
Yeah, Thassa does that in blue. But there's the Exquisite Blood Sanguine Bond combo. Whenever you gain life, they lose life. Whenever they lose life, you gain life combo. That just seems like another way to set it off. It's but if you don't block the creature, you lose immediately.
It sounds very commandery, though.
It kind of does.
I like the idea.
But I can see an idea where you play a whole bunch of afflict creatures and stuff that says opponent loses life or you gain life. Mm-hmm. And then you just throw the 8 cards for the combo in there.
Right, because we don't really know what else we're getting with Afflict. I mean, maybe there's going to be something that
cool
we can
stuff.
break in that ability. It seems like there may be.
There could be a lot of cool stuff. Let's get into invocations for a quick second. The only one I really want to mention is Thoughtseize.
Yes, looks beautiful.
Oh man, this artwork. Omniscience, actually. I have to say Omniscience, like just Nico Bolas.
There's some pretty good, what are they called? Invocations. There's some pretty good invocations.
They should figure out a name. They need one name. They need one name for whatever the hell these things are called.
I thought they were fine with their Masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
That was
sounds
fine.
Perfect, but it's like a Masterpiece is an artifact, so an invocation.
Well, that could be a Masterpiece card.
Yeah, exactly.
Asshole Watsy.
But yeah, Thoughtseize has some beautiful art, and that's what these invocations are really about, is the art.
And looking at them on like Mythic Spoiler and stuff, when you're getting ready to get excited about these cards, they don't look as good. You look at them on there and you're like,
yeah, and it's like,
kind of sucks. I pulled a counterspell.
Invocation
and after I got it and looked at it, I was like,
it's not bad.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, in person they do look a lot better.
Looks pretty sweet.
Any of the expeditions, masterpieces, or invocations that I've seen in person all look better than what you see online because they have a little bit of 3D to them.
Yeah, there's just some quality there that you can tell.
Like,
it's not like the others.
Which is something interesting about the quality of their printing because we're going to get into
that
that in a little bit. So, I don't think there's ever going to be a good burn spell ever.
Yep, no more burn spells.
We got a 3-drop lightning strike, a 3-drop lightning bolt. It's bad. Why are they doing this to me, Dustin?
Well, you know,
Steven, I want lightning bolt. Is it so much to ask for? There are so many 4 toughness creatures right now.
I don't think it's too much to ask for nowadays, as far as where Magic's gone. To say that they won't reprint lightning bolt again, because if they've done stuff like this to us before, where they're like, we're not going to print these overpowered cards or anything like that. But then all of a sudden,
here it is.
Yeah, something crazy will show back up again.
Hey, guess what? Thought seizes back.
Yeah,
you know, anything like that. So I don't think there's ever going to be a good, well-costed burn. Stoke the Flames was probably the last good burn spell that hit a player. That we got.
What was that? The Abrade?
Abrade? Oh yeah, 3, but it only hits creatures.
Yeah.
Or blows up an artifact, which in the format could be good.
But I mean, that's
but
just
I'm not mainboarding those.
That's just it. It's in the format. Like, I believe Wizards doesn't look for too much for cards to be able to go cross format anymore.
Yeah.
You know, which is okay because they want a limited environment to be great.
They print cards for specific formats. Like, you know which cards are for Commander. You know which cards are for Standard. And there's usually 1 or 2 cards that'll actually impact Modern
little bit here
without impacting Standard.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's cards.
I mean, shit. Look at Collective Brutality. Is like, what, $10 now?
$10, something like that. And is it played in Standard?
Not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
But I mean, it's doing things. I see that with the Ramunap Excavator. I think it's gonna, do more in Modern than it will in Standard, just because you have fetch lands.
And with that too, I want to touch a little bit on this. Counterspell that I'm really liking.
The Supreme Will. This one's not bad. This is actually one of the better counterspells I think we've gotten in a long time.
It's somewhat reminiscent of how and I love how they've done these counterspells now.
It's a
where like Censor, like you can have that counter ability early on in the game, and then it's
later
not just a dead card.
Yeah, exactly.
You cycle it away.
You can do things with it later. So Supreme Will says instant speed, 2 colorless, 1 blue. Whenever you
choose one.
When you cast it, choose one. Either counter target spell unless its controller pays 3 colorless.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can look at the top 4 cards of your library, choose one of them, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So you get, for 3 mana, either a better Anticipate later on in the game when the counter spell doesn't matter anymore. Mm-hmm. Or on turns 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6 is great.
Yeah, who doesn't want to look at 4 cards instead of 3 with Anticipate?
Exactly. And at the end of your opponent's turn,
and it comes with counter targets.
Alongside stuff like Glimmer of Genius and things like that, seems fine. Seems
leaving
great.
Up 4 is the new leaving up 3. Leaving up 3 was the new leaving up 2.
Yep. You know what? Let's just
still leaving up 2.
We're gonna go back to just playing a land and passing the turn.
Hey.
We're going to go back to playing a land and pass on a turn. I like it.
Draw pass. I like it too.
So we're getting a cycle of cards that all do something that say your lands don't untap on your next.
I believe in our last video, Steve, we said, hey, wouldn't it be cool
if we got a cycle?
If Bontu's Last Reckoning was a cycle.
And then we saw when we saw Oketra's Last Mercy, which says you go back to your starting life total, which, by the way, in Commander, that's always stupid.
Always good. For 3 mana, you can't fucking beat that.
No, like, it's sorcery speed, so it's not like, you can't be like...
But, I mean, this card, too, I mean, you look at this and you think, okay, in a Commander game where I'm playing a bunch of little dudes, if I'm playing either a mono-white Commander or...
his dog, Jace.
My dog's name is Jace. He's an Australian Shepherd.
Found a spin down and chewed it up.
Jace, come here. I'll show everybody. Jace.
Come here, Jace. Come here, buddy. Ah, there he is. Come on.
Come on, look. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's our latest guest to Two Dudes MTG. Jace the Mind Sculptor Hambrick.
Hold on. He's a heavy boy.
Oh, he's huge.
Heavy boy.
Look at him. This is Jace, the Australian Shepherd.
Australian Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yep.
What you doing, buddy? He's like, what the hell are y'all doing here? What is this shit?
I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jace. All right.
He's a blue merle, by the way. That's
Blue
where
Merle.
he got the name Jace from. I didn't just call him that because I like Jace. Although, I love Jace, but...
Anyway.
Super pasty.
So, the last thing I want to talk about with our Devastation is a cycle that is pure storyline. That is pure, almost heart-wrenching to think about that this could actually be happening. The defeat cycle. The defeat of what looks like the Gatewatch. The death of the Gatewatch. Could we be losing Gideon, Chandra, Nissa, Jace, and Liliana? Could they actually be... But wait, here's a couple weird, canon things. Isn't Liliana immortal?
Sure, but I'm sure they're going to come up with some way where she's like...
Yeah, and Nicol Bolas is like, hey, demons.
What's the name of the demon she's got to find in this
There's
plane,
4
too?
of them.
But she's got...
yeah, there's one of the demons.
The last one that actually gave her the curse.
Yeah,
with the tattoo.
It starts with an R. It's Ramaka. It's something Egyptian.
Yeah. Anyways, this fucker's there. Maybe he kills her. Who knows?
But nonetheless...
with the help of Nicol Bolas.
The death of the Gatewatch. Could they just be like, look, we understand you guys are so... Nobody wants to see 3 Gideons in a format. We're sorry.
Yeah.
They're gone. Is that what Wizards is doing? Are they gonna be...
Let's get new planeswalkers.
Let's get all dual color... I want a whole storyline around dual color planeswalkers.
I want pirate planeswalkers. We need better.
Bring the Weatherlight back!
Bring the zombies. A zombie who is a planeswalker.
Isn't that technically Liliana?
No,
she never died.
Yeah.
Zombie walker? Walk some zombies?
How about, just anything? You know,
a zombie that can...
Just kind of... Yeah.
Yeah. But...
He needs brains, dude. There ain't but so many brains on so many planes. Planes and brains. Brains and planes.
Brains and planes. Alright, yeah. But there could be a lot of different...
I'm going to have to get to this bottle.
Oh, shit. We're opening... Oh, it's of course it's already open. It's in this house. So, yeah. Could we be seeing the death of the Gatewatch? Could we be seeing the end of the storyline and it's not a happy ending?
Well, you know how planeswalkers get. They always come back. And you know what? We didn't see the death of a Johnny. We didn't see that. And you know how a Johnny always likes to come and try to help everybody.
And doesn't he always show up with more than one color when he does?
Yeah, he does.
You know?
Johnny's trapped in the friend zone forever, man.
He is. He's like you're not cool enough. You can take the oath, but...
Yeah. Stay over there. You stink,
You
cat.
get an oath. Yeah.
You're a smelly kitty.
Here's some catnip and some milk. Go. Anyway,
what's in that catnip?
So, Ixalan. All right, look, somebody's getting fired.
Yeah, well,
somebody is getting fired.
Well, I think really what it all boils down to.
Fired.
What it all boils down to is what we touched on earlier about the printing. Everybody knows now.
Around Theros, they changed printing companies.
Right.
If you actually look at if you take cards from Theros, if you can find the first run of Theros and then the last run, the cards are different. They
are completely different. I have packs over there sitting in my desk where I didn't touch them at all. I opened up the pack, took the rare out, put the rest of the shit in there.
They got stuck in a drawer, and then you can take the card out right now, and it has a crease. It's
warped.
Twisted.
It's twisted, yeah.
And old cards don't do that.
There's a box in my closet full of shit from Tempest and Stronghold
and
they are perfectly straight.
Yeah.
Still.
It doesn't, and I think they just switched to a shit. Oh, you poured me a shot.
Yeah.
I think they just switched to a shitty company.
Do that. Bing.
I think they just switched to a shitty company.
Well, they got a new CEO. Changed things around. You know, he wanted to make his mark made.
Interesting theory.
You know, I mean...
Interesting theory. What if this is just a way for Wizards to go, hey, we're going to make it look like, people are leaking things they're not supposed to, but it's all planned. Alex Jones conspiracy theories, ladies and gentlemen. But I mean, that's
that guy. So bad.
I think he's hilarious.
He's hilarious in a pathetic sort of way.
But it could very well be a possibility that Wizards is just like, yeah, leak some shit. I don't care.
I don't think that was the case.
You know,
in Ixalan here. Like I said, I think this was the printing thing.
Because who would actually like leak an entire sheet of rares
and mythics? Yeah,
and
I mean this is what they make their money on. This is what they bank on, is the hype for the set, to be able to sell the set when it comes out. When everybody's like making, you know, all these, when everybody's putting all these leaks out and everything, and pros, especially pros, have an opportunity to brew with them, and everybody can kind of look into the future and see what's going to be good and know what to brew around, and it just falls everything short from what you want it to be as far as expectations and as far as...
Because now there's so much planning ahead that we can do, and it just kind of throws a weird kink in the way everything flows.
Yeah.
We can look so far ahead, like we already know there's going to be Pirate Tribe. We already know there's going to be tribal everything.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the Ixalan spoilers, we're going to show you
there's an artifact that literally says when it enters the battlefield, name a creature type. Creatures you control are the chosen type. Creature spells you cast are of that creature type.
Enchantment.
It's an enchantment.
It's a blue enchantment.
And it's like 3.
Yeah,
it's like 3 mana.
Yeah, it's 2 of anything in the blue.
Yeah, and it... Tribal whatever.
Tribal whatever you want, man.
And of course, you know, I'm going to play around with my slivers. I'm going to figure out how to do like half slivers and then half just
half
like the best creatures in Magic. That's my commander deck. I'm going to tutor up this thing, slam it, and go...
Oh, Brimmoss the Sliver?
Oh, what, Primeval Titan the Sliver?
Brimmoss the Sliver that makes other Brimmoss Slivers?
Grizzlebrand the Sliver, Emrakul the Sliver. Like,
how about Gravedigger the Sliver?
Gravedigger? Oh.
Because he makes
they just start
Gravedigger slivers, and then you just keep getting more Gravedigger slivers.
Alright. The rat. The stupid rat.
Oh man, Pack Rat.
Pack Rat's a sliver, and we're just gonna make more Pack Rat slivers. Oh, and then I'm gonna slam this Megantic sliver, and now all these Pack Rat slivers are 4/4s.
Oh man, Commander, it's fun.
It's
fun. You should try it.
It is. So yeah, all the tribal in Ixalan. Ixalan is nothing but tribal. We're getting pirates. We're getting dinosaurs. We're gonna have dinosaurs driving cars.
We do have some vehicles. We know that there are going to be vehicles in Ixalan. We don't exactly know what it is. I imagine we'd have some sort of pirate ship, right? You got to have a pirate ship. You got to have pirates, right?
Yeah.
Give me the fucking Black Pearl.
Awesome. That'd be awesome. But
they call it the Blue Pearl. But we just have every color pearl. The Chromatic Pearl.
The Chromatic Pearl.
I've had a few.
I miss the Weatherlight. I'm just saying, I miss the Weatherlight. But yeah, somebody at this printing crew is probably getting fired. Like and that's crazy. It's really crazy that they've cheapened themselves to this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to boil down to who they've chosen to make their profit margins a little bit better. Show everybody that their new CEO is doing his job and he can show a bigger increase in profit and that the numbers all look better. But the thing about Magic is it's a game that's stayed around for so long, and it's stayed around because of the people who really love the game.
Right.
And the reason why people really love the game is because it's always been quality.
They put a lot of work into it.
And you know how big assholes Magic players are. Anything little changes, they're like...
Yeah, like, we talk so much shit about the game. Like, we give the game a lot of crap, but we never leave it. Yeah. There's so... Like, we see a lot of players...
I take a break and come back, but... I'm not going to leave it.
Most of the time when I see a player leave, it's either they never really played that much, they played for a short period of time and then said, nah, I've spent a lot of money and didn't do all that great. Or you have those guys that did really good for a long time and then eventually got to a point where it's like, I'm really good at this game, but I've never done anything significant. Okay, I think I may have wasted my money. And they
I've wasted money.
Yeah. But they generally
I've not done dick significant.
They generally sell
magic.
out. They sell out. They get, usually I see them get like a few grand out of their collection when they sell out.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
then they move on, and it's fine.
It's cool.
But
I mean, you could play standard, or you could buy like 15 different board games that are all really fun to play.
Yeah.
All quality board games.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or you could, buy a car. You could pay your rent for like 3 months.
I'm just saying, if you were gonna, I think the professor at Tulare Community College did a video one time about the cost of standard and what you could actually buy with the money for you to invest in you going into a deck of Magic cards.
Yeah.
And he did one for Modern. It was like, yeah, you could spend $3,000 on this Modern deck, or you could buy this many and just stack up stacks and stacks of board games. All quality board games,
Yeah, like good stuff, not like Monopoly and garbage like that. Like you got to go to a game shop and pay like $50 a game.
Yeah, and he's still stacking them up.
Yeah, and you play these forever as long as you have things like friends.
Yeah. And they're fun. No,
board
games are fun. We play them. I mean,
we do.
Great.
We have a lot of them. We play like Coup. We play Dead of Winter. We tried Dungeons and Dragons. I'm the Dungeons and Dragons fan. Our buddy Zach, who's been on an older video of ours, he plays a lot of D&D. But we tried to do this guy. He's okay.
All right with it. It's not my thing. I like Fate.
I think you need a better character.
I think Fate. I liked Fate.
I think we need to play a more epic game of D&D where like we get better stats. Like we, instead of rolling or that point buy system that we did, we just get more points and make ourselves a little better. We'll talk Zach into that and maybe run another game. But so we need to move on to the last thing I really want to talk about on our show tonight. There's been a big announcement. This one blew me away. I didn't expect it. They did it really, really cheesy. I'm really upset with the Magic Community video that it was just the way they did it. And I always forget how annoying the head of R&D's voice is. But
I'm sorry. I'm talking about Marco?
Yeah. That guy's voice is just like, you look at him and you don't expect that voice to come out, and you hear him talk for like 5 seconds, and it's like, well, stop it. So
Ruben Pressler does a great impersonation. If you've never watched Magic Mike's and seen Ruben Pressler's impersonation of Mark Rosewater, you got to see.
But
what do they call him? Morrow. That's what they call him, Morrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Rosewater's, Ruben Pressler's impersonation of Mark Rosewater is hilarious. You gotta see him; he does it great.
But the last thing that I really want to get to is they've announced a new Unset. We're getting Unstable. We're getting a sequel to Unhinged.
Yes, sir.
Dude!
All that.
Dude! It's gonna be... I am so excited to just have this stupid, like, fun set. Just a set that's literally made to just be fun.
You know what the fun thing about that is? It's like, it's a set that you're going to buy the shit out of and just have it.
Yeah, you're not even going to do anything with it. There's going to be a couple cards that hold value, but nothing more than like $10, if that.
You don't...
Not even that.
Hold value,
Yeah, I mean...
For the most part.
But still, the whole point of it, you're going to play it. You're going to play it. You're going to go to your shop. You're going to do a draft.
You cube it afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody, your unglued, unhinged cube that you've got sitting on your shelf. The uncube that you've got sitting in your closet that you never pull out. It's fixing to get a revamp, get a lot more fun. And you're going to pull it out and play it with your buddies. It's going to be great. And I am so looking forward to it. And something else that I want to bring up is an interesting thing that they talked about a few months ago. Somebody mentioned the idea of full...
Babysitting, ladies and gentlemen. There's babysitting going on here.
There's babysitting?
I got to interrupt this to say, Steven, there's babysitting going on over there.
Oh. I thought this was the end of the video shot because this was like the last thing I was saying.
No, you babysitted.
So I gotta take
the
this
shot too much now. It's your own fault, Steven. You did this to yourself.
So I gotta take this shot
and then
take
the
another
sign-off shot. Mm-hmm. That's right. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and here you go. Here's Coca-Cola Classic. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and take that, and then we'll do the sign-off shot. By the way, folks, this here is brought to you by our dear friends at Savannah Lion Games, and I hope you guys coming out for the pre-release for for Hour of Devastation, and we'll see you there if you do come. We might be inebriated.
We tried to do a pre-release video once. I remember. You remember that?
Yeah, it didn't work out too well.
Yeah, like the reason we didn't post it is like every time I would try to get like other people to do something cool, it was like, I'm the most lethargic person ever. I really don't want to be here. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. It's like, we're here pre-release.
I panned the like I had a selfie stick and sent the camera over the crowd like, everybody say yeah! And everybody's like 2 people were like, yeah.
So lame.
Like, but I mean, I guess you can't get much out of nerds at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You know what we should do? What we'll do, Steven? We'll get some M80s and light them bitches and throw them in the middle.
Just like, welcome to TV!
Everybody's doing fucking nuts here!
Oh shit! There's people hiding under tables. The police get called. It's a good time.
Yeah, it'd be great.
But yeah, so anyway,
we get no pre-release packs.
We get kicked out immediately.
Yeah.
And then like let back in the next day after we call them and like, Jeremy, I'm sorry.
We had to do it.
Like, dude. But no, this was just something I thought was interesting, and I kind of want to close out with this. We've seen full art lands. We've been getting full art lands in almost every set now, just to throw them in there, just to mostly devalue the old full art lands, but it doesn't really devalue them when there's a million of them, and they're the only like when the originals are always going to hold the value.
Well, the Unset, is known for its full art lands.
Well, here's the thing.
The unhinged
Yeah.
is the land that you want.
Yeah, exactly. But somebody made a mention of full text lands. And Mark Rosewater even said something about, hey, yeah, seems good. We'd probably do that in like an unglued set or an unset. And then people lost their shit and was just like, here's 2,000 different types of concept art for what we would like to see as a full text land.
And there was just ruling of what lands do.
I think it would be best if it was like land dash basic land at the top. Like the symbol's probably behind the text. But it's like the full they could do it
like as if it were stationary, like the symbol behind it and the type. Type on
but
the
it
front.
it would just be great to see. I still gotta do another shot. It would be great to see like just the full rulings. Like you pulled up the Gatherer or the Wizards of the Coast like comprehensive rulings.
Yeah.
And listed the entire basic land text on there. Like just, and I mean you probably wouldn't even be able to read the text, it's almost so small.
Yeah.
But it would just be hilarious to see that. That would be amazing.
All you really want is just like the most elaborate way to describe what a land does in the smallest text possible and to fill the most space.
Yeah, exactly. The more letters per space.
You want to be obnoxious. Obnoxious as hell.
But what's bad about what I don't like about the Unstable set, we can't make any predictions about this.
Who cares?
I know who cares, but like what do we like? Oh, we get an Unset. There is no telling. There is no telling what they're going to come up with. Another mention I'd like to come up with.
The grilled cheese sandwich stands alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, no, but another thing I like to bring up, and it's another set that's been mentioned down the line. We're going back to Dominaria.
Dominaria.
We're going back to Dominaria.
The OG, the real OG.
And they called somebody and said, "Hey, we could use some help because
Who'd they call?
You designed this set."
No, you designed the game.
You designed the game. You came up with all this. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Garfield will be back for this set. The original creator of Magic the Gathering has signed on to help design the next Dominaria.
Many moons ago.
Yeah, long
Very
time
smart
ago.
man.
Very smart man. But I think it's amazing that they're bringing him back. We're going to get back to the roots of what it was.
I want to see some cores. I want to see some really cool shit that we used to deal with. You know? Let me get Snowcap Mountain.
I mean, let's get some snowlands back.
Let's get some Snowcap Mountains back. Let's get some snow-covered islands.
All that.
Who cares? We don't need to use them for anything.
It'd just be.
That's
cool
the
to
whole
have.
point. You don't really.
They're cool in Commander.
Yeah,
they're great in Commander.
Yeah, in Commander they're perfect.
Because there's a couple things that fix them, but
yeah.
But going back to Dominaria and having Richard Garfield back on helping. Well, I don't know if he's going to be back, permanently. That'd be a great thought. But we're going to get some cool stuff out of this. Just seeing the original roots of Magic and I would just love to see the original feel mixed with the new, the old flavor with the new feel.
Oh yeah,
is what I'm really trying to say here.
Yeah, I don't want my power and toughness to have a little box around them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to feel like I'm 13 playing this game again, sitting at my buddy's house, no idea what we're really doing. We know how to attack and cast spells. That's
I'm gonna
pretty
cast
much it.
Dark Ritual.
I make 3 mana. I'm gonna cast Demonic Tutor, and I'm gonna go get this. I'm gonna cast. It's another Dark Ritual. Demonic Tutor up this. I'm gonna play these 2 cards and win.
Oh,
seems good. All right.
We're gonna sound off.
Yeah, we're 40 minutes into a video, and he actually got me. I think it's the suit, man. I think it's the coat.
It's the coat. It's not a suit. It's just a coat. It's more than just a coat, actually. It's a state of mind.
We're filming this at 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to get up at noon. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Stephen Keller.
I'm Dustin Hambrick.
We're 2 Dudes MTG. You guys have a good night.
Cue the music.